So I got my hands on the S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra yesterday, and while I know I'm late because MKBHD, Mr. Who's the Boss, and so on have released their videos already, I'm still going to talk about my impressions and what I think about these devices from an average user's perspective. So if you want to hear that, stay tuned, and thank you for clicking on the video. Alright, so we have the S22, S22 Plus, and S22 Ultra here, and I started off by taking a look at the S22. Now, the first thing I thought was this device is quite compact. I mean, it's 6.1 inches, and that is not by any means a small device, but in comparison to the 6.5 and 6.8 inches of the S22 and S22 Ultra, 6.1 inches seemed quite small. That doesn't mean that the device was any less impressive though, as I really had a good time holding it, and it felt very comfortable in the hand.
That's what she said.
The sides were quite flattened a bit, and the top and bottom as well, but the edges remained rounded, and it gave a little bit of a similar feeling to holding an iPhone 12, just with less sharp edges. So it was more comfortable to hold, and it still got that sleek industrial design going for it. The next thing I really loved about the Galaxy S22 was the color. This green color really caught my attention, and I was mesmerized by it basically. A lot of people are comparing it to the midnight green color of the iPhone 11 Pro and Pro Max. I kind of prefer the green on the S22 though. I don't know what does it for me, but there's just something about this green that makes it unique. The camera layout is exactly the same as that on the S21 of last year, and the good thing is, even though the back is of a matte finish, it is made of glass. So it felt more premium, it felt cool to the touch, it felt a little bit slippery though, and seeing as glass is glass and glass breaks, you're probably going to want to get a screen protector and a case for this device. Moving on to the S22 Plus, it has basically the same build quality as the S22, just supersized. So you have a bigger battery, you get a bigger display, and that's basically it. The S22 Plus that I had here was in a white color, and it looked really impressive as well. The sides are similarly flattened and the corners are still rounded. I'm a big fan of bigger phones, so the S22 Plus was a decent balance between the huge S22 Ultra and the S22. The displays on both the S22 and S22 Plus were very similar. Practically the same thing actually. They both felt really good. 120 Hz on these displays felt amazing. Same way they felt amazing on the S21 and S21 Plus of last year. There wasn't really anything different. The selfie cameras were really good as well, but I could chalk that up to good lighting in the store. So we'll need to get them for more testing to see how good they are really. I didn't have a lot of time to play with them, so I didn't find a lot of exclusive software features for the S22 and S22 Plus. So right now, I would say that the only things that really changed a bit is the hardware. It was just a new glass back and some slightly flattened sides, and that was pretty much it. Now, moving on to the S22 Ultra, the big boy, the one we've all been expecting. This is basically a Note. I saw this and I felt really happy because I really love the Note form factor. I know for a lot of people that rectangular build and those sharp corners might make it feel a little bit uncomfortable, but if you've ever used a Note device before, it's something that you should be used to by now. This is obviously the biggest device of the three, with a screen size of about 6.8 inches, and the screen was also very high quality, as I enjoyed using it, swiping through the screen, swiping through the menus and things like that. It felt really good, it looked really clear and sharp. Now the store I went to only had the black version of the S21 Ultra, and it looked sleek, it looked clean. Everyone knows my favorite color is black, but it just wasn't very eye-catching. It was also pretty slippery, as I almost dropped the device, and that would have been very sad because it costs pretty much everything I made last year, because it's quite expensive over here at about $1,700 or $1,800 due to shipping fees and importation taxes and all of that. And there's no point talking about the S22 Ultra without talking about the elephant in the room, and that is the S Pen. So you can see it off to the side over there. Unfortunately, I couldn't get any B-roll of using it, but yo, that new 2.8 milliseconds response rate is amazing. It really feels like a new writing experience. And while writing did feel great on the Note 20 Ultra of 2020, this kind of takes it to a new level. Going back to the back, back to the back. Turning the phone over to the back, we have the camera system that a lot of people have been divided about. And when it comes to this camera system, I'm quite indifferent about it. I feel like it doesn't look as good as that on the S21 Ultra, but at the same time, I feel like it doesn't look terrible or ugly. It just looks clean, it looks minimal, it might look a bit basic, but that is it. Thinking about it from a protective point of view, the camera bump on the S21 Ultra served the purpose of protecting the lenses from touching any surface you place the phone on. Now that that camera bump is gone, your lenses are pretty much exposed except for those small metal rings around the camera lenses, which I don't think are going to do that much in terms of protecting them. So over time with use, we're going to see if Samsung actually made the right decision by changing the camera layout, or if people start complaining of having their camera lenses scratched. Now, if you're someone who has an S21 Ultra or an S20 Ultra or a Note 20 Ultra or any of the S20 or S21 series, do you have to upgrade to the S22 series? In my opinion, from what I've seen and from my impressions, honestly, you don't. There isn't that much different when it comes to the hardware that would entice you to change. There are some new software features with computational photography and nightography and the AI and all of that, but these are just that, software features. We might be able to get them via software updates over time, and when people begin to use these devices for longer and when full reviews begin to come out, then maybe we might discover some new features that would entice us into wanting to switch. But my recommendation at this point is to hold on to your S20s, hold on to your S21s, hold on to your Note 20 Ultra. Don't make the switch just yet. Hardware wise, it's pretty much the same. Software wise, we haven't seen anything different. Android 12 is pretty much the same everywhere on every Samsung device. Yeah, that's it. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section right below the like button. And if you enjoyed the video, then please make sure to subscribe to the channel. My name is Johannes. This is Tech PhD, and I'll see you in one of the videos showing on the screen all over right here. Yeah, stay cool. Peace.